Welcome to week 3 of Nature Art. I'm coming to you from the STEM lab here at the DAC. Today we're going to be making some wind chimes. The last 2 weeks we've been looking around at things that we see, flowers and leaves and stones and things in nature. And this week we're going to think about something that we can feel, the wind. So that's going to be our nature focus this week. So we're going to make these wind chimes that you see right here, and you can hang them outside. They have a little noise up here and they have a little bell down here, and this is what's going to catch the wind and make those things move around. So the wind chime is what we're going to make today. So in your kit that you got, you have several different things. You have 2 pieces of waxed cord, and the nice thing about this is that it's stiff, so you can use it as a needle and a thread. You have a little piece of canvas, plastic canvas, that has some marks on it. You have a little, this is a film canister. So in the old days when film used to come in little round rolls, these were what it came in. So this is a film canister. You have a little bell. You have some chimes. You have 6 chimes. I'm going to leave them in the bag so they don't roll away. And then you have the thing that's going to catch the wind. These are both recycled materials. So this used to be a film canister and this used to be a plastic container. And it's great to always use, as much as possible, things that you can reuse or recycle, and that's good for nature too. I have a couple other things that I want to recommend that you have. I'd like for you to have a paper clip, a pencil, and it can be a very dull pencil. You're not actually going to write with it. And a pair of scissors if you have a pair handy. And then if you're going to want to paint, you'll need a paintbrush and paint. Okay? So on my wind chime, I painted both the recycled things. I painted the film canister with a moon and some stars. And I painted my lid, which used to say ricotta cheese on it, I painted that with a sun. And I actually have 2 layers of paint on this. So I painted the blue, and then I waited for that to dry, and then I painted the yellow, the sun. So if you want to paint, this will be a longer project because you'll have to wait for your paint to dry. So the first thing to do, if you're going to do it, is do your painting. I just painted on the black here, and I thought of something yellow that would look nice against the black, and I did a moon and some stars. On the white, you might want to do a sun and a sky, or you might want to do a flower or a bird or anything else from nature. So if you're going to paint, do that first and then let those things dry. So that's the first part of your project. The next part of your project is stringing your wind chimes. So of your 2 pieces of string, take the one that has a knot on the end. And you can see there that one has a knot on the end. So you're going to take that and you're going to sew it and the wind chimes onto this piece of plastic canvas. Now, it will fit through the holes, but it's kind of tricky. So to make it easier, we're going to make the holes a little bigger with the pencil. Now we're going to sew at those red dots. So we'll start with the first one and we'll put the pencil through it and kind of make the hole a little bit bigger. Now you may say to yourself, as I said to myself when I did this the first time, oh, I'll just make all the 7 holes first and then I'll sew it. But the thing about the plastic canvas is that it will kind of snap back. It will heal itself, so it'll go back to its regular shape. So if you make all the holes, by the time you get to the first one, back to the first one to sew, it'll be closed up. So make the hole and then right away sew your string through it like that. Sew it all the way to the end and pull the knot to it, okay? And then you're going to add a wind chime. So take your string and put it through the 2 holes in your wind chime So now you have your wind chime on there. Now, these are going to be fairly loose. As you see here, they're kind of loose. So you don't want to make it tight at all. So you've gone through that first hole. Now you're going to go through the second hole. So take your pencil, make the hole a little bigger, and then put your string through the hole. And then you're going to sew on your second wind chime. Now you can sew these in order of tallest to smallest, or you can just sew them up and down. They'll all hit each other. It doesn't matter what order you put them in because they're going to be in a little tight bunch, so they will all hit each other, okay? So it doesn't really matter what order you put them in. So now we have our second wind chime on. Then we're going to go to the third hole, make it a little bit bigger. Sew through the canvas. I have to make my hole bigger again because it already closed back up. That's how quickly it closes. Sew that through, and then put your third wind chime on. So you're just going to do this with all 6 wind chimes. You're going to sew them all to the canvas. Now let me just show you one little trick here. I can make this one a little bit tighter. So here's my one little trick. If you find that the end of your string is starting to fray, you can take scissors and just clip it off, but just clip a tiny bit off, and then you have a good unfrayed end again. But don't clip too much off because you don't want to get to the point where you don't have enough string to finish your project. So we made the hole bigger again. It's already closed up, so I'm going to do it again. And sew it through. Okay, once you have all of your chimes on, you can kind of even them up with your fingers if you want to, however you want. And then you want to tie off your knot at the end. So just a simple overhand knot, and then if you want to be extra secure, you can just tie a second knot on it, like that. And you do want them to hang down a little bit, okay? And once you've got your knot tied, you can just clip off your extra. There you go. All right. So that's the chime part. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to do the second part. The second part takes that second piece of string, and there's a tiny hole in the top of this film canister. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take one end of the string and put it through that hole, and then kind of grab it on the other end so that it doesn't come out. And then you're going to take the other end of the string, and you can see you're going to make a little loop here, and you're going to put it through the hole also. And you'll have more space if you hold this down while you do that. Put it through the hole so that you have both ends of the string coming out like that. Now, to keep this from coming through the hole, we're going to put a paper clip on it while we work with the string. So now that it's got a paper clip on it, it won't come through the hole, okay? So we're making the hanging down part now. So what we want to do is we want to pull this so that we have the right amount of string at the top. So we're going to take this end up like that, and let's say we want it to hang maybe a little higher than that. So we're going to pull this a little bit, maybe a little bit higher. So I would say if you grab it here and you have the two ends here, on about maybe 6 or 8 inches there. Okay? So then you're going to take this down here and you're going to do once again just a simple overhand knot like this. So just a simple knot with both strings like that. So see, you just have a knot like that and pull it tight. And that knot is big enough that when you pull it up like that, it will hold on, okay? Now, to keep it from coming out once you take your paper clip off, you can also do a knot here on the top, like that, okay? And now, it's stuck, it's not going anywhere, okay? That's where we want it. Now the next thing that you're going to put on your wind chime is this, and maybe you've drawn a picture on it or painted something on it, or you can just leave it white. And you're going to thread it through, thread through one hole like this, and through the other hole like this, okay? And you can put it all the way up if you want to, so you have plenty of room to work. And then on the end, you're going to tie your bell. So once again, you can just do a simple, here you could just do a simple square knot to hold that bell on. Right over left, left over right is a square knot. Okay? So that's on there nice and tight. So what you have now, and you don't need this paper clip anymore, we're done with that. So what you have now is your string with your film canister on it, this on it, and this can move up and down, but the canister can't, it's stuck, and your bell on the end. Now what we want to do is we want to put the chime part in. And this, although it seems like it might be hard, it's not hard at all because this string, or excuse me, this canvas will hold it in. So all you have to do is put this on top of it, like that, and then you're going to curl this up. You see how it's curled up into a little tube, and just slide it in there, and it will stay in there. And there is your wind chime. And you can move this wherever you like, and your wind chime is done. So you can hang this outside. It'll make noise as the wind goes through it. You can even make your own wind to make it sound like the wind is coming by. You could even hang it on a doorknob or something like that. But this is a way for us to be observant of yet another thing in nature. This is a way for us to pay attention to the wind. So I hope you have fun making your wind chime at home, and I hope that you find places to put them up and to observe nature and to listen to what nature can do. So thanks very much, and we hope to see you next week at our Nature Art class. Bye-bye.